Hey, all right, guys. So let's take a look at what we've got. Um, in the mail today. That came in. So the only thing I ever had of the old Space Marine set was the rule book. And that was it. So got this from the jolly old England Space Marine. And it had everything except for the rule book. So this looks really cool. So let's see what we got here. I just repaired the broken inside of the box. This was ripped. This side was ripped, and I taped it. Well, inside I took it apart and then taped it, so it looks pretty good. So I like it. Okay, so what else we got? The gentleman who sold me this on eBay in England packed it like it was Fort Knox. So let's see what we got. So here we have Space Marine copyright banners. We've got Space Wolves, Dark Angels, Ultramarines, Blood Angels, Thousand Sons, Night Lords, Sons of Horus, Emperor's Children. Pretty neat. Okay. What do we got here? We've got cards. So we've got the cards. They're all one-sided. On the other side, they're blank. Pretty cool. So we got Rhinos, Space Marine Assault, Space Marine Assault Squad, Whirlwinds, Space Marine Devastators, Space Marine Tacticals, Land Raider, Space Marine Support, Space Marine Commanders. Cool. All right. And then we got all kinds of. Oh man, look at all this stuff. All kinds of stuff there. All kinds of rage. So probably not a good idea to do, but I'm doing it. Space Marine Errata, plastic deviation templates. Then we get blind. I don't know, blind. Whatever that is. I'll have to. I've never played this before, so I do not know what I'm getting myself into with this. Blind, plasma, stasis. It's a stasis template. Another stasis template. Blind. Let me see what this says. Roll a d6 at start of combat phase. 1, dissipate. 2 to 6, remain. Battle rating 100 points. All right, interesting. Then we have a Barrage. I'm a walking Barrage. Wonder what movie that came from, right? Look at me. I'm a walking Barrage. I know what movie that came from. Guess who played in it? A gentleman, Crocodile Dundee, played in that movie. Vortex. Wow, okay. So I get it now. I have a few of these hanging around. I had no idea what they went to, but now I do. Now I have a clue. Okay. So I got all these tokens and stuff. Put them back. So Space Marine was the first of the Epic that came out. Later on, Games Workshop would come out with Epic itself. You had the Titan Legions, right? So you had Space Marine, Titan Legions. Then a little bit later, in the mid-90s, you ended up having the Epic. Right, so we seen off those doohickeys, right? Let's check out. These are buildings. Right. There's one going. Pretty cool. Kind of remind me of Chicago. So that's pretty neat. Pretty cool. Oh, look at this ruler. That is awesome. Ah, that is pretty cool. Look at that ruler. Ain't that cool? That is neat. All right. All right, so we got that. This is cool. All right. Not gonna lie, guys. I paid like almost $300 for this set. I think. Out of my mind. But it is a cool set. I haven't seen one online. So let's get into this, all right? So let's check out. We've got some green Marines and blue Marines. I can't see them without my goggles. All right. So these end up being, these are tactical Marines. Tax. These are tactical Marines. These are all tactical Marines. Tactical Marines. And little. It's okay, so those are tactical Marines. And the blue ones are the same thing. Blue ones are tactical Marines as well. So these are all tactical Marines that I have here. Nothing special about them, but they are tiny. So let's put you guys here. And we got some bases. Bases to go with them. So that works. All right, and we're gonna. Those are the bases. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's put this here. And I will move this box. I want to check out the artwork. So the first artwork we're going to check out is, look at that. Oh, it's right there. So you got Loyalist Marines, Space Wolves, Salamanders, Ultramarines, White Scars, Blood Angels, and Dark Angels. Right there. And on the other side over here, we've got your Trader Marines. It looks like we've got Death Guard, Thousand Sons, Sons of Horus, Night Lords, Emperor's Children, and World Eaters right there. Pretty cool. So, yeah, you got the Adeptus Titanicus. And then you get the artworks there as well. cool. So, on this game, scant centuries after the ending of the 5,000 years of war, we stand on the brink of a second age of strife. Imperial War Master Horus has turned traitor with all his forces. He stands poised for an assault on the Sol system, on Terra itself. Everywhere his agents spread the corruption of the Horus heresy throughout the Imperium. Horus, the greatest military mind of his age. Horus, the War Master, the first soldier of humanity. Horus, the Emperor's friend. Horus has betrayed us all. Horus is a traitor many times over. Traitor to the Emperor, once his friend. Traitor to the Imperium, which he fought to establish. Traitor to humanity, where the race may not survive these civil wars. But worst of all, he is a traitor to the Space Marines. Now, Marine must fight Marine. The greatest warriors humanity has ever known are turned upon each other. But Horus must be stopped. For the sake of humanity, the survival of our race, this heresy must be obliterated. If this cancer is not cut out, we shall all die. From the Imperial Commander, Robert Gilliman. Address to the Ultramarines in the defense of Retori 3. Pretty cool. And it says, humanity stands at a crossroad. It is time of challenge and time of danger, the most critical time in human history since the ending of the Age of Strife. The Emperor, once humanity's greatest champion, is now the greatest body of human progress. He sits in his palace in terror and haunts our race with fears. His fear of psychics, his fear of aliens. We could have been the undisputed masters of the whole galaxy by now, but for the Emperor's fears. Humanity's savior, humanity's ruler, humanity's inspiration, afraid and makes endless war. Now Space Marines must fight Space Marines, and it may seem unthinkable, but in us lies humanity's only hope. Our race must be free from the shackles of the Emperor and from the stagnation that binds us. Humanity must go forward or perish. From the Imperial Commander, Valgo Martez, address to the 1,000 sons at the assault of Retori 3. Pretty cool. That is pretty neat. Imperial Commander Gordon's voice was choked with emotion. You men who I am proud to call brothers, you are Space Marines. The sword of the Emperor, the shield of humanity. Your foes are traitors. Do not think of them as brother Marines, for the Emperor has renounced them. But remember that they are the deadliest enemy you have ever faced. They have your magical. They have They have your biochemical engineering. Wow, I can't see with my glasses. They have your biochemical engineering, your lifetime of training, your weapons and equipment. But have no fear. You have the purity of your loyal hearts, the justice of your cause, and the blessings of the Emperor. Harden your hearts against the heresy. Strike without fear, without doubt, without mercy. The Emperor guides you and will guide you. Gordon's voice was replaced by the low chanting of the pre-battle litanies. 2,000 Marines waited to commence the assault on Tovarium City. Forward for the Emperor, the command howled over the combat, and 2,000 voices raised the war cries of the 3 Space Marines chapters in answer. The Dark Angels of the First War poured towards the traitor lines in the city's outskirts. Land Raiders of the Space Wolves sped forward on the right flank. The air was filled with bright death from their laser cannons. The traitors responded with whirlwinds. A dozen Land Raiders died in the storm of missiles, and fire tore through the charging Marines. Barely half the Dark Angels reached the cover of the refinery buildings. Within seconds, their missile launchers were picking off enemy Land Raiders. 20 were destroyed before a rain of missiles collapsed the building, burying the Dark Angels in tons of rubble. A host of rhinos lurched forward from the traitor positions. Behind them charged a tide of Marines in the red of the 1,000 suns. Dark Angel Land Raiders swerved to intercept this thrust. More Marines in white of the Death Guard poured from the rhinos and dug in against the Dark Angel's fire. A line of holes marched across the side of one rhino. The vehicle died in a sudden bloom of fire. The next vehicle was hurled into the air like a toy, crushing down into the detachment of Death Guards. 3 rhinos charged with suicidal bravery, slamming up into the spearhead of the charging Land Raiders. They were lost for a moment in a massive explosion, leaving only twisted, smoking wreckage behind. Godin watched his hollow. His plan was working. He had drawn the traitor forces out into the right flank, and now it was time for the second wave. At his command, 1,000 Ultramarines flung themselves into the trader's unprotected left flank. Land raiders and rhinos thundered forward, with Marines running in their wake. Overhead, 2 assault companies shot forward, hanging on their jump packs like a swarm of blue hornets. A curse came to Gordon's lips as a massive reserve force, 1,000 Suns, moved slowly into position, covering the center and threatening to outflank the attacking Ultramarines. The trader commander had anticipated his strategy, and the battle now swung in the balance. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. I like it. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Let's see what we got. We've got miniatures. Very cool. We've got rhinos. We've got green rhinos and blue rhinos. Very neat. We have land raiders. The old type. Very neat. It's pretty cool. A lot different than the newer epic ones, right? Pretty neat. Yeah. Awesome. Pretty cool. Got quite a few. These are pretty neat. Yeah, I like these. These are nice. Wow. They're pretty cool. Look at these. Pretty nice, huh? Okay. So I'm digging that. Hot plastic. Okay, what do we got here? All right, we've got a lot of Space Marines that are off sprue, so I am not gonna bother opening those up. But we got the rest of the Space Marines right there. I'll tell you one thing: when you play this game, you need goggles. They're pretty neat, so we can deal with that. That's cool. I need to get a solid bag for these though. And what is this? These are metal. These right here are metal. Oh, cool. These look like basilisks. What do you think? Oh, look like a basilisk, do you? Mm-hmm. They're very cool. Those are metal basilisks. And we got drop pod emplacements. Very cool. This, my friend, that's a drop pod. And these are gargants. Granted, they don't have any arms. This looks like some kind of orky cannon. So they're pretty neat. We can deal with that. That's pretty cool. Yeah. All right. So I'm pleased with what I got. I'm definitely pleased with what I got. Put these things back in the bag. Yeah. It's like Tetris, right? What else we got going on here? This is like playing tennis, right? All right. So we got this Space Marine game, which I thought was pretty cool. I always wanted one. I could never find one, and then it popped up on eBay, and it was almost a complete set. So all it was missing was the rule book. So I took the deep dive into it, and I'm glad I did. I do have money set aside for just an occasion like that. I have a little slush fund that I keep just in case I want to pick up something really cool. So that's pretty neat. So we'll do that. Right? Stuff goes into here, right? So that's pretty neat. We have this. All right. What else? We have these. They're made out of sturdy plastic, which is cool. There's the guy here. Right, so I'll put these metal ones over here. These are cool. Huh? These are nice to have. All right, so we've got that. We've got this. All right, we got a Space Marine rule book, and then we've got our metal guys here. So that's going to be pretty neat. You can work with that. Cool. I like it. All right. I know I have some other stuff that will be going into this. But this is cool. So that, my friends, is that game right there. And I finally got it. And that is so cool. So now let's move on to gotta put this in there. So now we have to move on to Deathwing. Okay. So I ordered two. Why did I order two? Because they're two incomplete sets. And going through the sets, I figured if I got them both, then I can complete one out of the two. So, what are we looking at? I love this old Games Workshop stuff. I love the artwork that's on these boxes. It's just fantastic artwork, you know, and it's just so cool, you know. And I was in the Marine Corps when all this stuff was coming out. And that's what I needed. This set didn't have it. Now, this set, you still got Gene Stealers on the screws. And you get some Gene Stealers here. We got some old Termies here. And of course, there's supposed to be the Dark Angels. I have an old Commander that I'm putting in with this box. So he's pretty neat. He is just awesome. I love this guy. So it gives you 5 Terminators, and it gives you your Gene Stealers. Now, most of this game is still on card. You know, business supply, which is pretty neat. On card. On card. On card. On card. On card. And on card. So that's pretty cool. So that is just about a complete set on card. Right? And with the rule book, that makes it complete. So then we have our bases, our dice, our Marines, our bugs, as it goes flying across the Napoleonic battlefield. So that right there is one complete set. I like this box better. Kind of shape. That is a complete set of Deathwing. Pretty cool. Right, so let's take a look at what Deathwing brings. Right. So we looked at the stuff on card, and here we have a game that was played. So this game is missing a few things here and there, but the main thing I wanted was, now I've got some extra Marines, and those Marines are pretty good. Those Marines are actually better than the ones in this game. So what we are going to do is take out these broken ones. See, the antennas are broken on them. And here you go. So now I've got 3, 4. These glued? Yep, they're glued. So now I've got 4 that are not broken. However, what I do need to do is I do need to swap out one base. Oh, wait a minute. I'm taking 3. I'm giving up 3, so you need 3 bases. Now, what I'm going to do with these, I don't know. So there's 3 bases right there. Now, that takes care of those Marines. A bunch of genies right there. And here, there's my Marines right there. And then we have okay, so Marines. So here we have the artwork for Deathwing. We've got fantastic artwork. games. Diorama. White Dwarfs. Gene Stealer, Adeptus, Space Marine, White Dwarf. So you get the games and you get the White Dwarfs. Pretty cool. And then this one here, this is Deathwing. This is a Space Hulk expansion and mission generator. That's Captain Eagle Wing. Right there. Every 100 years, the Dark Angels and the Warriors from the sky come to the world of the Plains people. From the mightiest huntsmen and the greatest warriors, they choose those who will enter the spirit realm beyond the sky and serve the Emperor. Only the brave will become Space Marines, and only the bravest of the brave will join the Dark Angel Terminator Company, Deathwing. This is not a complete game. A copy of Space Hulk is required in order to use the contents of this box. And this box, when purchased brand new, would hold 12 plastic Citadel miniatures, 4 Terminators, and 8 Gene Stealers, a 20 full-color heavy cardstock, interlocking corridors in room sections and counters, representing crates, rubble, cryogenic tanks, ladders, pitfalls, CATs, bulkheads, and Gene Stealer ambush blips. There's also a fully illustrated 64-page rule book containing the mission design system, rules for solo play. Now that'd be interesting. I'm going to give that a shot. Terminator Force List, a 6-mission campaign, and rules for new weapons, Marine personality, and terrain. 10 full-color geotiles for use with the mission design system. Very cool. So that, my friends, is Deathwing. So now, I have an incomplete set of Deathwing, but that's cool. So those were my new purchases. Very cool. Deathwing, and those were my new purchases. Yeah, right there. Not too bad. All right. So, that being said, oh wow. Okay. I also picked up this little guy here. He's pretty cool. And I think that's it, guys. Only a half an hour. Yep. So what else? What else can I show you? I guess we can call it a day. And I will catch you out there. Have a good one, guys. We'll see what happens. It's a crazy world out there. Be good to each other. Anna, the Star Wars girl, finally met William Shatner. She's so psyched that. She's a lovely girl. And she has her own YouTube channel called Anna, that Star Wars girl, and she's definitely a hot shit. And I'd like to meet her in person someday. What else we got going on? And let's see. What am I thinking? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Oh, these guys are done. Let me show you these guys here. So I ended up putting all the decals on these guys, and they're ready to rock and roll. Let's see. There we go. That's better. I reach over. So I ended up, after I got the decals on, they dried, I hit them with a matte varnish. Oh, I forgot to show you something. I got something over here. A long time ago, I had only 2 of these. And I know I ordered 5, maybe 7. So, at some of these guys right here. Yes, these are the old, oh, come on. Oh, not, what are they? Please. Chapter is 666. They go with the Inquisitors. Grey Knights. That's what they are, the Grey Knights. I have brain fart. So these are the Grey Knights. I only had 2 of these. When I only brought one blister, and I think 2 came with them. So I only had 2 of them, and they were with my Dark Angels for a long time. And I ended up getting rid of them for some reason. I don't know why. I just can't find them. But these are pretty cool. So I do have several of them coming in the mail. So that's pretty cool. All right, my friends. That is about it for this week, I guess. What else we got? Trying to think. I don't know. We got. All right, guys. I guess I'll call it quits. Wow. All right. We'll end here. You all have a good night. Be good to each other. It's a crazy world out there. Ciao.